When Germany launched its invasion of the Soviet Union, Operation Barbarossa, on 22 June 1941. Adolf Hitler decided to invade to destroy communism and to obtain living space for Germany in the East, as well as to gain access to more natural resources. The Nazi Party regarded Ukrainians and other Slavs as subhumans. The Waffen SS Galicia Division, composed mainly of Ukrainians, was first proposed in 1941 but rejected by Heinrich Himmler for racial reasons. Governor of Galicia revived the idea in 1942, believing Ukrainians could be valuable allies against the Soviets. Galicia, a former part of the Austrian Empire, was the only region where Ukrainians had significant administrative roles. In early 1943, Himmler, who approved the idea on 28 March 1943. A conference on 12 April 1943 finalized details, including naming the unit SS Volunteer Division Galicia and using the Galician lion as its insignia. The division would include chaplains from the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church. Himmler approved the division, believing Galicians were more Aryan-like due to their Austro-Hungarian heritage. In early May 1943, recruitment for the SS Division Galicia began, with rallies across cities and towns in Galicia. By mid-1943, support from retired Ukrainian officers and the Ukrainian insurgent army boosted recruitment. Initially, 80,000 volunteers came forward, of whom 53,000 were accepted, 25,000 were deemed fit for service, and 13,245 passed the medical examination. Recruits began training on 18 July 1943, with over 50,000 people. In February 1944, they formed a combat group against Soviet partisans. Heinrich Himmler inspected them in May and renamed them to 14th Waffen Grenadier Division of the SS 1st Galician. They were deployed to western Ukraine on 28 June 1944. About 2,000 soldiers from the Galicia Division, known as Combat Group Bayersdorf, were deployed in southeast Poland. This formation was divided into two smaller groups. From 28 February to 27 March 1944, they conducted anti-partisan operations against Soviet guerrilla fighters. They inflicted casualties on the partisans and discovered hidden weapons caches. Approximately 20 to 25 Galicia Division soldiers were killed during these operations. The Combat Group Bayersdorf performed so effectively that they earned praise from German Field Marshal Walter Model. In July 1944, during the Battle of Brody, deployed in western Ukraine, the division faced the Soviet Army's massive Sandomierz offensive. Positioned in a defensive line around the town of Brody, the division's inexperience quickly became apparent. On 13 July, the Soviet First Ukrainian Front launched a major assault, encircling the German Army Corps, which included the Galician Division. Despite their efforts, the division was overwhelmed by the superior Soviet forces. Intense fighting ensued, and by 22 July, the division was effectively destroyed as a combat unit. Casualties were heavy, with many soldiers killed, wounded, or taken prisoner. The remnants of the division managed to break out of the encirclement and retreat. This devastating battle marked the division's first major engagement and highlighted the challenges it faced in combat against the Soviet forces. The division was reformed with new recruits and survivors. In the autumn of 1944, the division was sent to Slovakia to assist in the suppression of the Slovak National Uprising. They conducted anti-partisan operations, targeting Slovak and Soviet partisans in the region. The division was then transferred to Slovenia in early 1945, continuing their anti-partisan activities against Yugoslav partisans. By the spring of 1945, as the war neared its end, the division found itself in Austria. In early May, they attempted to surrender to the Western Allies, seeking to avoid capture by Soviet forces. Many soldiers were taken prisoner by the British and American troops. The division was officially disbanded following Germany's unconditional surrender on 8 May 1945. Thanks for watching.